Hi, hello, welcome to the weekly chat buffet brought to you by Vertex of Abundance. My name, Serene Priestess Abossi. I'll be your oracle today. I was sent to deliberate the findings for the water rising. If you don't know your rising, start with your north node. Everything else is more accurate if you do it that way, just so you know how this is designed. Um, For water rising signs, we're going to have a third, seventh, or 11th house event because the sun is moving through those houses for a little bit. It will move into Aquarius, which will be more of a, well, grant me just a moment. So we have a seventh, 11th, and third house for the first half of the cycle. For the second half of the cycle, it's going to be eighth, 12th, and fourth house. Just depends on where the sun is at. So we're almost done with Capricorn season. We have like another week, and this is a 2 week cycle for the video. So the last part of the little video will be, or this video, I should say, will be in a new season, which is Aquarius, Aquario. I'm hearing a Dixie Chick song. Should have been different, but it wasn't different, was it? Yeah, there's your trouble. Somebody might be missing out. It seems like the last couple moon cycles, some kind of consciousness awareness has been rising to the surface. Something that was plain as day might be able to be perceived now. There might have been a trespass of some kind. And the thing about it is, we're victorious, but I'm discovering that we might have always been in this favorable, fortunate spot. As I said, start with your rising sign or your north node. If you don't know your rising, everything else becomes, it supports that energy. If you start with another energy and you don't have the right kind of chart, it may confuse the accuracy. As I always, take what you need, leave the rest. If it doesn't resonate, don't force it if it doesn't fit. Yeah, I just keep hearing, and now you're missing. Now you're thinking about all you're missing out. How deep, drag it around and drag it out. Why don't you cash in your chest? Why don't you call in a loss not such a big loss? So what I'm detecting is we always had the glorious spot. We were always chosen. It was always, the victory was always going to be ours. And it's not just victory, especially when it's the first card out, this first line. It usually means like we have a position or a spot that was given to us by the Lord, by the divine, and it was hidden from certain people because they were scheming. They had some motive, agenda, ulterior motive, tactic, strategy. They were handling, managing us and handling us, and they weren't coming authentic, genuine, sincere. They weren't in alignment, perfect, spiritual perfection. They weren't in alignment. They weren't divine in of their origin, maybe because of their origin or maybe because of their energy. Some people are divine and they're just operating on an earthly frequency until they have a couple karmic lessons, and then they return to that, virtuous birthright. Ultimately, it trick them up out of their spot. There's dispersal, delays, rupture here. I'm gonna read a couple few things because I'm being called to do so. It's not normally, um, and there's a book behind me. I'd rather not run to it. So ultimately, the cycle that they're going through is this. The horror is becoming real. Now, um, subtly or spiritually, delay, absence, stagnation, discord, strife, unhappiness, tears, disruption, self-deceit. They're having a sober piece of honesty, but with the self, because previously they lied to themselves. That's what I'm getting. So, what I know already in this line thus far is that this is the season of boomerang. A lot of energy from the past is going to come back around, and people are going to see just how they had us effed up. Which, however, wherever when we were walking down the road together, they took the wrong turn because something is going to happen. It's going to be a quick pop, a quick recognition, and there's this recognition that it was in their hand and they let it go. What I'm getting is the people who disrespected us are going to figure out what went wrong. And we might quickly discover that it's been in our hands this whole time. What this is, I don't know. I'm feeling like the glory. I didn't call out the Knight of Swords. It's a little confusing in this deck because it's called Prince, but it's the Knight, and also the Fortuna, the Wheel of Fortune. Coming on top of the Three of Swords like this, it might be for somebody misfortune, which is karma, the wheel of karma. It's true because something's going to be confronted, something's going to be revealed. Affiliated systems, Wheel of Fortune, and the Moon card. It also means that something eventually comes out, or we didn't see how something was connected, or somebody else didn't see how something was connected, with the mirror card to that moon being the hangman. So somebody else had perception, and now we have perspective. And when they figure this out, they're going to be very unhappy because they had some kind of illusionary success. They were needing to be tricky, they were needing to be cunning, they were needing to be maybe even deceptive. They were needing to hide that they were some kind of enemy. I, they might not have even been intentionally doing that with the way that this energy is coming out, but they were of an opposing mind because they were kind of vying for themselves, but they were operating against us in a way that wasn't like um, downright, outright, bona fide enemy. It was more of like they were sideways, they were sneaky, they were tricky, they were shifty in some kind of way. They weren't on the up and up. And there was just they had a lot of motives and agendas and tactics and strategy instead of just being authentic, genuine, sincere, real deal, divine article. I say this all the time: come correct, be about what you're about. Come through, pull through, come hard, stand on business. That's a very specific type of personality style, and it's usually what you see the higher dimensions. Down here on the earth, we're here to learn. So we got to get through all that wishy-washy stuff. And that's oftentimes why we keep incarnating, because we're shaking that off. And so I feel like this was the second to last or third to last lifetime, and like maybe they had like a quantum leap energetically, a quantum leap vibrationally, and it, it took them losing to figure that out. I feel, and that does happen. We have those lifestyles where those lifetimes, I should say, excuse me, perdón. We do have those lifetimes where there's just a massive amount of growth because of a couple few oopsies where we trick ourselves up out of our spot or we fumble the bag or something like that. Because the rock bottom will teach so much more than a mountaintop, you know what I mean? We'll learn a lot more from an enemy than we ever will a best friend, you know what I mean? You feel me? So, who's asking? This is Cherry just because I'm trying to go to bed. I don't know who's asking, but I heard you. Okay, so, yeah, because I usually do drink tea. So somebody may have their moon in Aquarius. Somebody might need cunning strategy tactic because the thing that they were hoping, wishing, and praying for, it's in our hands. We might be the key maker, the key holder. But really, honestly, what I'm being told is that there is some disobedience to the divine because there's a double seven on the opposing energy side. If there is an opposing energy, it might be our lower self. I doubt it. I highly doubt it because we are feeling victorious. They are feeling tricked, but they tricked themselves. We have a double seven on their side and the Queen of Swords with the Seven of Swords. That means they knew better, or they should have done known better. And a double seven means they were warned, they were told, they were told. Really, truly, McTruly, this is kind of a passive energy. If this were a love situation, this would be. If this were a love situation, we were connected to the masculine. They don't assert themselves very much, and when they do, it's always some kind of strategy, tactic, motive, agenda. They're not assertive, and when they do assert, it's always some kind of. I'm hearing the word toxic. I was gonna say some kind of agenda. Because what happened is we sailed right through their BS, and then they're like, "What happened?" We were supposed to act like everything else or everyone else, or be predictable, or be agreeable, accessible, approachable, amenable. Okay, but we're a queen. We're the empress here, but Chiche. We're the divine feminine, number one. Number two, we're highly blessed, chosen, favored, and anointed. Number three, they're favored too, but they didn't know it. They didn't act like it either. And so, the person who's more innocent, it's true. Like if neither party did wrong, the person who's more innocent will be on the victory side. And it says here, this is us, and we're the victor. Six of Wands, we're the victor. Confirmed by the Page of Wands, so we're feeling victorious. We feel like we dodged a bullet here. Six of Swords, Six of Wands, Page of Wands, Prince of Swords. We're desiring clearance to move on, move forward, and we feel victorious. And we want them to know that being tricky, being sideways, being sneaky, being seditious, being trifling, being treacherous, being treasonous, having ulterior motives, hidden agendas, tactics, strategies, handling us, dogging us out, you know, that's what costs them. And I don't get this retaliatory energy here. That's not what I'm getting. I'm getting that that's how the game be sometime, player. They may be a Scorpio. They also could have some Cancer energy, and that happens sometimes. If I'm detecting that they're masculine, and then I see Cancer, that's Mars in Cancer. Oh, Mars in Cancer is a hard place to be because it's a debilitation, which means you need to try three times as hard just to get half as far. And really, the only thing that's going to light a fire under you is when you see your family or your house in danger. That's the only time that you will act. Otherwise, you will sit down and question. It's like aim, 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 aim. 5 years later, aim, aim. Meanwhile, Aries or Capricorn has taken the shot and gone on and collected the spoils and moved on, and they're on another hunting game. And we're still there as the Mars in Cancer. Aim, aim. I spotted because I got it. I have Mars on the cusp of Cancer Leo. And I studied that energy for multiple years because I was attracting that type of partner. And then we do have it here. We have a double Mars energy. And what am I telling you? And I cut the deck. We were at the Five of Swords, the problem. Now we're moving on through the mitigation intercession. Okay, so that is what I said. Now, it can be Mars in Scorpio, probably Mars in Cancer, but there's some kind of clearing, some type of purging. So, whatever was there, I don't feel like it was super intentional. It wasn't something. There's a difference between a lie and an untruth. Not that either is great, but a lie is a statement with the intent to deceive. An untruth can just be a statement that's false, that's not as it appears in reality. Reality meaning actual, factual. So, I mean, slight difference, but big result. Slight nuance, but big difference, you know. I feel like somebody was just unhealed, unawakened, but it's not appearing that way because they were using a strategy, a tactic, a motive, an agenda. It wasn't pure innocence. It wasn't pure naivete. There was some ineptitude here, lack of skillfulness, but there should have been earnesty and integrity, and there wasn't. They was a trespass, meaning they were told, they were warned, and they ignored something. They may have been using like free will versus divine will. They may have been imposing versus suggesting, agitating versus persuading. There was also some type of open defiance here, or quiet defiance, the rebellion. Okay, well, you get what you get because you did what you did, and it's not fair. And you know they need grace. We probably already forgave them here, especially if the Empress is out. Empress is not going to hold nothing against you. You move how you move, baby. She's just going to move about your way. That's hard for people to hear because a lot of times when you're unhealed, you're unawakened, you think that people carry things with them. You think that, oh, a hurt feeling, somebody's going to feel some kind of way. No, not everybody is sitting in there replaying the past, hurting, hoping, wishing, praying, conjuring up some wounding from the past. That not everybody is that way. That's an unhealed, unawakened person. And we do have it here. We have a double eight. So there has been some healing. There's been some maturity. There's wisdom from the time that we spent here. The time that we spent paid off. It brought with it wisdom. This other party is learning. We've already gleaned this. Because we won, we created something with it. And this other side is going to get a creative new beginning, but that's the thing. It's going to be elsewhere because we don't have a Six of Cups. This is not circling back around. We're moving on, moving forward, leaving this in the past, Six of Swords. We're being guided up out of this. So we fulfilled our duty with the Hierophant and the Wheel of Fortune here. We've served our purpose. It was karmic with the Moon card. Something from a previous lifetime got wrapped up in this lifetime, and this other side is on the outs. They're the losing party. Unfortunately, I'm sorry, baby. What's this double eight cloud of Kasi? So an attachment or securing something. So they're securing a karmic expedition. A karma was cleaned up from the past lifetime. There was a lot of choices for them, water sign. And instead of treating us like there was a lot of options, excuse me, perdón. There was a lot of options for them, and they didn't treat us like the only choice. That's one narrative that I'm picking up. The other narrative here is that they might not have known that they were in love or that there was a connection because it's not always 100% of the time going to be love, but this is mostly love. I'm going to tell you. I'm going to tell you. This is mostly love. They might not have known that they were in love or that they were feeling some kind of way. When the bubble burst here, they're really going to discover that they were using us for something. Maybe access, maybe they needed to be in our energy. And when they get separated for good and the universe kind of everything falls where it should, when the correction comes, they're going to be sad, depressed, disappointed, mourning, grieving, remorseful. But see, there's a wonder, there's a beauty in letting things go. When you spend so much time, energy, effort, and attention chasing after you, you think what is right for you, what is for you cannot catch up to you. That's just what I'm seeing here. Because we desire to purge. And we have a 666 here. And the one that didn't come, which means reunion, reconciliation, is the Six of Cups. It's the one that's not here. So this, we are never, ever, ever getting back together. I'm sorry, baby. That's harsh. So this 666 means that we found ourselves through this. And we put in everything. We put in our time. And it was fulfilling a soul contract. The 666 is talking about that. We made a promise to the Lord to help this person out, to help this person wake up. And yeah, they don't get to be with us in this lifetime, but we'll see you again in another lifetime, honey. I'm sorry. You know, to be honest, we got them, we fixed them up, we shipped them up, we shaped them up. We had to pull them up out of the gutter, dust them off, get that rusty, dusty, musty, crusty up out of them, knock the stupid out of them, and send them back to Papa ready to do the work. That's what's up. It's unfortunate because we a tasty morsel. We sticky and sweet. But they don't get this. They're not about this, not the way they need to be. And we spent our time, they had access to us and they didn't do right by us. I don't know if they mislabeled, misjudged, mistreated, misperceived, mishandled. I don't know if that's what happened. But there was damage done, Three of Swords. And there's no healing from said damage, Four of Swords. What we get is to move on, move forward, and to purge them out of our life. Move on, move forward. Knight of Swords, Six of Swords. Move on, move forward. Purge them out of our lives. Knight of Cups, Five of Cups. That's what that means. The Knight of Cups, Five of Cups, or the Death, Five of Cups means to flush the cosmic toilet. Excuse my language, but that's literally what it means. It's a purging of the bowels. I'm gonna say, Scorpio rules the sphincter, and we have Mars in Scorpio, Five of Cups. I'm just gonna put it out there for my students. So I'm sorry, baby. I'm sorry. That's a lot. That's painful. So we did the 666. Let's do this double seven. We have Seven of Swords, Seven of Pentacles. Cloud. Okay, so we have this gracious, benevolent influence over this entire cycle. We don't mean them any harm. But what they took forever to understand was that they had all the time and they had the opportunity to do the thing. And if they had just decided to grow together and not grow apart, or not to take space, or not to play games, or not to run away from themselves, they would have been able to whatever. Yeah, because they are carrying a flame, Ten of Wands. They did want to be with us, Nine of Cups. We are the answer to their prayers. But now it's a lifetime achievement for them. Everything in the rest of their life is going to be compared to this moment they had with us, this lesson they learned with us. So we have a double knights. We have two knights here. Let's pull on that. Okay, so a message from them, yeah, it was something about destiny or something about their moment or something about their big time, their big moment. There was a moment in time when they had won, not against us, but they had won the game of life, getting what they wanted, Six of Wands. And then they know that now, that they had what they wanted once upon a time, but since they didn't do right, act right, something happened. Yeah, so we were the gateway to the divine and to the alignment. We were the answer to their prayer and their karma. We're a great love that got away. Okay, so this is a love reading. So they're ready for heaven. They're ready to be a divine soul. They're ready to be a divine being. I just don't see them being with us in this life. I'm just confirming. Yeah, it's for sure over. They're getting a new person. We're not the person anymore. They're not assigned to us anymore. And it's karma, and God gave them grace. They got what they need. If they really pray for forgiveness and all that, not to us, but to the Lord, they'll be fine when they get back to heaven. They're not with us right now. They're not gonna be with us in this life, and it's unfortunate. We are never, ever, ever getting back together. Okay. And I'm not a Swiftie, not that I'm against her. I love her business style. I really do. This is not my genre. I ain't got nothing wrong with her though. I'm just surprised that I know a Swift song. Yeah, so somebody may be a midheaven in Capricorn or a Capricorn sun. They're hurting really bad right now. You got it bad when your only friend and hang up and you call right back. Okay, so they got it bad. And you say that you love me, and you really don't. Yeah, okay. Poor baby. What's this double page? Claro, Infanta. Okay, and then the page came out. Yeah, so now they want to get more out of life. They're emboldened and blazing. Yeah, they're healing now. So they got back into heaven. They received some grace. They received some grace here, and they need to handle the fact that they're not going to reconcile with us, not in the way that they want. We may be friendly, they may even be able to talk to us again, but they're not necessarily going to. It's over. Like, and that's the truth. It's really over. It's a breakup here, and they need to move forward on that. On the fact that there's a breakup, they might need us to give them the language, the word. Now, somebody here could be a Pisces rising, Mars in Pisces. Somebody here could be a Gemini rising. Somebody here may be a Sagittarius North Node or Mercury, I'm getting. Somebody has their moon in Taurus. If the moon is in Taurus, this is a love reading. And it was on hold for a little bit, but there's a chance, but you got to move quickly. For others of us, this was a friend situation that didn't work out, but it went together. It went apart, came together, went apart, came together. There was a lesson that wasn't learned until we decided not to go back. And it was karma. It was something being wrapped up from a previous lifetime. So let it go, let it die. I don't mean it that way, like, but we don't need to keep beating a dead horse or throwing good money after bad. Good energy is already gone towards a bad thing, let it die. There's also somebody with their Saturn here in Taurus. This is a very karmic lesson about doing your work and taking accountability, responsibility for yourself. There's a lot of times that we project we project onto others because we repress something within ourselves. And there was some kind of power couple dynamic here for the Saturn in Taurus. But the thing about that is that there was this agenda, this entitlement, this ego that needed to be addressed. And unless we were going to stand strong together with this person, it was never going to work out. So now we also have Mercury in Taurus. So what I'm detecting as well is there might have been a little bit of spiritual interference. This person might have tried to do magic on us a little bit. I'm seeing as a little bit, which might mean that they did a lot but never worked. But I saw it before. I didn't have enough, and we do have the 5, the 6, and the 7 of Pentacles. That's a sign with the Taurus card. That is a sign that somebody did magic. And we also had 2 8s before. I don't know if I pulled on the double 8. If I pulled on the double 8, hold on a second. Let me just pull again. How do I see the ultra? You had it. I didn't take it. Okay. They're making sure we understand right now. Grant me a moment. Yes, they did magic on us. Heavens. Okay, so that's why we're never going to be with them again in this lifetime, because they tried to do magic on us. They hit a spiritual law. That's the thing. If you get assigned to somebody and you attack them, you never get to be with them. That's just how it is. It's like um, you know how the body has white blood cells? That's kind of how it works. Um, yeah, so they did magic on us. They tried to fight the decision that we made for ourselves. They defied our free will because they couldn't come at us properly. They did a love spell. And we're a lot more powerful than them. A lot more powerful than them. Like they're junior varsity and we're major league. And that's the truth. So, okay, I don't know how I missed that before, darling. I'm so sorry. Forgive me. I just completely went right by the fact that they were staring me in the face that they were doing magic on us. It wasn't just a battle of wills. It was like, I'm gonna get you. I'm hearing this language. I'm gonna make you love me. Okay, let's leave that right there and move on. Yeah, so they're blocked. Blockity block, 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 blockity block, 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 block. They're blocked. Okay. They are blocked. They are blocked by the universe. We don't have to do nothing, nothing, not a ting, not a ting. Okay, so we have the 7 of Swords here with the Tower. So there's some kind of divine protection because they are there something is happening. They're unraveling. There's some kind of punishment. Nope, excuse me. Backfire. Something's backfiring for them because we're in alignment with our purpose and we've already found a resolution on our end. Okay, we're in alignment with our purpose. Magician and the Sun card. We've come to teach the world to sing. We've come to teach the world something. So we have a calling on our life. And then Sun card with the Judgment card means conflict resolution. We're also a skilled orator, so we would have communicated whatever we needed to them at the time. And if they kept coming back, asking questions, we wouldn't have cut off communication unless they were dangerous and harmful. We would have just told them no and told them why. We weren't going to be hiding the why. But I think they were hiding behind in the shadows with the moon card here. They were hiding somewhere in the shadows, being melodramatic. So they were never going to approach us asking, why don't you want me? Why can't you be with me? What I need to do to get with you? What do I have to do to change? Is there anything I can do? Could you inform and instruct me of what's going on, how to handle up on this? Um, I'm missing some details here. I respect your decision and your autonomy, but I need to handle up on with things on my end. Could you give me some clarity? They never did none of that. Because it was all basic behavior on there in Five of Pentacles. So they felt left out and they just cried about it. They were really bottom of the barrel basic. They could have did so much more, but they didn't. And it's something in their how they came together. Something in how they were baked in the oven. Their upbringing, their socialization, their conditioning and programming, whatever. I don't know. Poor baby, poor baby. Like who hurt you? That's what I'm getting. I hate to say that out loud because it's a pity can be just as harmful as harm, as trauma. But that's what I'm hearing. Like who hurt you? Because like when life gives you lemons, make lemonade. They um life gave them lemons and they just sat there and cried and literally melted away, withered and died on the vine. I hate to say that. It's the textbook definition of lame. I want better for them. I want so much better for them, but that's really it because they're getting a depletion. We stood our ground, Seven of Swords. I mean, Seven of English, Sette de Bastione. We took a stand, and they went to war, but there was a breakdown in communication. Magician with this Tower card means the communication stops. Also, there might be a desire to destroy us, but it backfired. Seven of Wands. I keep hearing the Seven of Swords, so there was something shady that they did because the Moon card's out too. But this wasn't evil. This was stupid. Like they're dumb. And forgive my language. I'm sounding kind of judgmental. Like this is an unhealed person that decided this time around to play games instead of being like, hey, this has happened to me before. I'm feeling like a loser here. Like I'm in my feelings. I feel like I don't know what's up. I feel like I don't know what's going on. Like, can somebody clue me in? They weren't like that. They weren't vulnerable. They weren't open. They weren't exploratory. They weren't examinatory. They had no curiosity, investigation, examination. They decided to do the bunk, basic, petty, ordinary, bottom of the barrel thing, and they doubled down on it. And somewhere along the line, they crossed the line. And so even if it was just a little bit on the side of wrong, they got the whole thing book thrown at them because of who they came up against, which was us. We're extra spicy and we're extra special. So that they crossed a line that just couldn't, they had to learn. And I honestly, it feels like the punishment doesn't fit the crime, but you know what? I was so willing to overlook that magic before. I guarantee there's something that we don't know. There's no reason they would get that ish beat out of them the way that they got, because they had several losses and it's enduring and persistent. They're not going to have anything great for a long time until they apologize, not just to us, but to God. Okay. Yeah, karma. They're going through karma right now. Um, well, they're cleaning it up. They're working it out. I mean, it's teaching them something. Honestly, like I'm not worried for them, but I feel bad for them still because they got gutted. They really did get like gutted by the universe. The universe took them to task. Ooh, 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 ooh. Okay, let me just tell you. Oh, what did you do? Like, it's not funny, but it is hilarious because they were scheming and working on something. They got magic involved. They did. They really, truly did. Whether they know it or not, they got magic involved here. And ooh, 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 that was not the thing to do because they were going to find the perfect way to get us to do whatever. And since they made that choice, their energy got used against them. And so they didn't have the protection on their, that's the backfire. 3 and 8 cancel each other out, just like 7 and 4 cancels each other out, or 2 and 9 cancels each other out, or 1 and 10. Just if the numbers together equal 11, it calls the universe. So they told on themselves to the Lord. It's like, like sometimes you know how sometimes you hear those stories about like stupid criminals and they end up calling the police on themselves or screwing themselves over in court or something that was just criminally stupid. That's kind of that's kind of what happened here. Like it's the energy they were projecting at us. They had a strategy and a tactic that was not the right one. I'm hearing the language, excuse my language. You need a lesser bitch, a weaker bitch. I am not the one. Excuse my language, but that's what I'm hearing verbatim. You need a lesser B, a stupid B. I am not the one. Okay. I don't want to know anymore. I kind of want to go. But we got to pull on this Five of Pentacles. Okay, yeah. So, oh, backfire. The magic backfired. Um, they were doing magic on us. Period. Point blank. It's just no way around it. I'm sorry. This is magic. It's a spell, and it's one it's supposed to be very powerful. They wanted to weaken us. They wanted to bring us down a peg or two. Now, somebody here has Mercury and Taurus, so they might have gotten a witch involved to do this. It's true. It's true. They don't know that when they do magic, it comes to our throne. So there is this sucks because it's like the spirit that they were calling to do this magic is works for us. It's like you drop a dime on somebody, or you call the police on somebody, or you go down to the police station and you file out a police report or whatever, right? But the desk sergeant that takes that police report has weekly lunch at the person you're attacking's house or something like that. You know what I mean? It's like it's like you got the wrong person involved because we have a closer relationship with that spirit than they do. And whatever they were doing, whatever magic they were doing, it reports to our throne. The spirit that they use to do magic on us works for us. That we might be crowned to that spirit or something like that. Yeah, it was never that all that those prayers come, we are the person who grants those prayers. We have authority over the magic that they were doing. Okay, they really chose the wrong way to fight. They just don't know. They got a lot to learn here. Okay, but they're dogged. They don't care. Their ego has been triggered and they're doing the whole I'm Karen, look at me, I'm Karen, I'm gonna get my way, I'm Karen, I'm gonna throw a tantrum, I'm gonna have a fight. Okay. Um, I don't know what to tell you. Like, have fun. This is something else. Um, 'Cause that's what I'm getting. Like, this is an entitled person, but they're not acting out of entitlement. They want our love, though. That's the thing that's confusing to me. Because if you want somebody's love, why do you act like this? I, I don't understand. Like, I don't know how you can't go to somebody and be like, I'm feeling you. I think about you all the time. You're the first thought on my mind when I wake up. You're the last thought on my mind when I go to sleep. I'm calling your name out in my dreams. I need to understand what's going on. Maybe I don't get to be with you, but could you inform, instruct me, illuminate, elucidate for me why I feel this way? Do you have a priestess I can go to, a mentor I can talk to? Like, how you not like this? Okay, universe is telling me that most people are not that way, but that's how I grew up. So that's all I know. Um, like, life is for you to level up, and if that is not what you do, you're. There's a Japanese proverb that says, like, when you find that you're going in the wrong direction, get off at the next stop because it's a lot more expensive to turn around later and come back home. They're talking about when you're on the train, get off at the next stop if you're going in the wrong direction or if you find out you're on the wrong train. And this is someone that just kept doubling down, tripling down, quadrupling, septupling down, sextiling down on stupid. Let's confirm that and move on. Is it a double? Well, yeah, it's a yes anyway, so grant me a moment. Oh, it's a double. Yeah, okay. They just keep finding new magic to do. So they think that magically they can have their own way. That's what this is. Oh, wow. What did I just read? Oh my gosh. I had a double reading the other day that was not as crazy as this one. It was exhausting, that double reading, because I don't do that. But this was just uh, that is a monumental amount of entitlement. I'm stupefied. The stupefied. So here's what's up. This was a reading about a karmic cycle closing. We solved something that's been going on for multiple lifetimes. So I just answered my question. Why would you be like that? Because it's from another life. It's not from this life. And since you're not that spiritual, you're confused. But this is a reading. I'm putting this up for the camera, so the editing. This is a reading about a karmic cycle closing, something from a previous lifetime. We were able to expedite karma in this lifetime by closing out a cycle with an individual that is obsessive and compulsive towards us. There's some type of dogged energy of conflict, and really they're a hidden enemy to themselves, really. There was a possibility for love, union, and it went askew, it went sideways. I feel that a lot of this energy is from a previous lifetime. It can't be all in this lifetime because nowhere in there in this life did it say that we did anything wrong other than win, other than be victorious, other than be loving, other than be caring and kind. So sometimes people are so diluted, are so distorted, are so lost that when the dark night of the soul comes to them, they spook. They don't handle that very well. You know, when you repress and you suppress your shadow nature so much so, the only way you can explore that is by projecting it onto others. And it comes out in the form of a karmic relationship. And sometimes when a karmic relationship comes on, a person is not strong enough to let it go and allow for a divine relationship to come. Sometimes they need love in any way, shape, form, or another, and even toxic love is love enough. But you see their back is to one another. So it's been an honor and a pleasure to serve. Thank you for allowing me the privilege to do so. This is a quick prayer for all those still lost out there to illusion, delusion, confusion, lost in the seas of time, somewhere in the matrix, yet to heal, yet to awaken, yet to return to the resplendent grace of the divine and universal oneness and unconditional love vibration. May you be well, may you be happy, may you be healed, may you be safe, may you be whole, may you receive everything you ever wanted, starting with what you deserve. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I pray that your soul is redeemed and you return with salvation. Until we meet again, until we read again, namaste, Dandava, and Ashe. Au revoir, sayonara, auf Wiedersehen. Das Vidanya, shwe shwe.